How do you know which stock to play? To know the answer of that question, we start by looking which stock made the strongest and craziest move Monday, WETO. This stock exploded Monday and even hit $50 Tuesday. When you take a look at its move, you can spot a few interesting facts. The first thing is that the day before this crazy move, it already more than doubled. It went from 3.6 to almost $13. The second thing is that after it made this move, it didn't die. It just pulled back and started consolidating the rest of the day. And the third thing is that once it broke Friday's high, it started exploding Monday and never looked back. So this is the 3-step recipe to find the next banger. So at the end of Monday, we started looking at new stocks that follow this recipe. IPST was the most interesting one. Its first day chart was really similar to WETO's first day chart. Now we just check the 3-step recipe. We can check mark step 1. As it made a crazy move its first day, it went all the way from $2.2 to almost $10. The next step can also be checkmarked because it really nicely consolidated all day. Now the third step is also the place where we enter, because when WETO broke the first day's high of the day, it started exploding and never looked back. So if it breaks the $9.66 level, in this case, we get in. Tuesday, it did exactly that. It broke the level, so we entered. It quickly went under the level again before it made the explosive move. Just as expected, for more than 150% profit. You may ask, why didn't we panic when it went back down below the level? Well, because when you take a look at its first day chart, you can see it rejected besides the high of the day at one zone the entire day. When you mark that zone, you can see why we didn't panic. It came exactly back inside this zone and bounced from it, because the strong resistance has now become strong support. Let's practice with 2 examples to see if you understand it. The first one is IVF. This one also made a big move Monday. Does it follow the 3-step recipe? Pause the video and check if it follows every step. Let's check. It made a big move its first day, from below $1 all the way to $3, so we can check mark the first step. Now let's see if we can check mark the second step. Doesn't it die throughout the day and starts consolidating? When we look at the chart, we can see it never starts consolidating. It just kept making new lows all day long. So this one doesn't follow the recipe. So we do not gonna enter this one, and we don't even have to look at it any longer. The second example is PFSA. So we ask again, does it follow the 3-step recipe? Pause the video and check if it follows every step. Let's check. It made not as big of a move as the other ones, but it still almost doubled, which is a big move. So we can check mark this. Then, did it die, or did it start consolidating? When you take a look at the chart, you can see that it went down almost all the way back to where it started, but after this move back, it did start consolidating the rest of the day. It didn't go down more, so we can check mark this step too. Now we wait for the last step. We wait for it to break the $6.77 level, which it already broke in after hours. So you could have entered. Because we didn't watch it in after hours, we entered in pre-market the next day with some smaller size because our risk was bigger. Instead of risking a few percent, we were now risking more than 15%. But it still was worth it because it made a more than 300% move after our entry. Insane, right? Do you see how important it is to recognize the recipe of a move? When a stock goes crazy, most times there will be a few or maybe even a lot who follow. Knowing which ones these will be can be crucial. It doesn't mean you can't make money with other stocks, but these ones are relatively easy compared to the risk. Hopefully you learned something new. Or maybe we've helped you in any way further in your trading career. Keep your eyes open. Mark your levels. Use all this knowledge and make some money. See you hopefully next time. Bye.